Hello and welcome to Metric Insights. The video that you are watching will help you become proficient with our platform, and today we're going to be talking about dimensions. Dimensions help aggregate and organize your data. For example, we may have a dimension called country, and it has 8 dimension values, which are Australia, Canada, France, Germany, Russia, Spain, United Kingdom, and United States. Now, let's say we want to research sales data per these countries. What we're going to do is create a metric dimensioned by these countries, which is going to contain a chart with information per all countries, as well as per each of them separately. That is extremely helpful if you have a lot of dimension values and you just won't have to manually create a chart per each of them. All you do is create a single dimensioned metric, and the rest is up to Metric Insights. Each of these charts can serve as an independent metric, can be seen on the homepage, can be added to favorites, shared with your colleagues, and you can create unique alert rules for them. You can also compare values from different dimension values by overlaying them. Like if I want to compare sales in United Kingdom and Germany, I will simply add both graphics to one chart. So, how do we create dimensions? We go to Content, Dimensions. At the bottom of the page, click Add New Dimension. We have to name it and define the data source that we plan to use. We can add dimension values manually, just one by one or via CSV file, or we can fetch values automatically from a SQL database or from one of our plugins, like Tableau, Qlik, Google Analytics, and many others. For this example, we're going to be collecting dimension values from the SQL database. And in this case, we need to specify a bind variable. Setting this to match the column name for the data in the source system makes writing fetch commands for dimensioned element a lot easier. Here you also specify whether you want to grant access to a default group, and define whether you want to include a total that accumulates all data for each measurement time. In our example, this is going to be a chart that aggregated all data for all countries. After you save your basic entries, you are redirected to a dimension editor. Since we have chosen to fetch dimension values automatically, we need to specify how often they should be updated. We use a data collection trigger for that. It is set to dimension collection now, but we can choose another one or create a new trigger on the go. I'll choose this one though. You can configure how exactly it is going to work by clicking this gear icon. And this section again depends on the chosen way of data collection. In our example, we need to provide a SQL statement which should contain 2 columns, key value and display value. After the command is ready, we click Validate to make sure that our SQL statement is correct. If it's not, the text box is going to be red and you're going to see a descriptive error message below. But in our case it's green, meaning correct, and we can see sample dimension values. This is exactly what I expected, so I click Collect Values. So here are the dimension values, and now we can use this dimension to create dimensioned metrics and reports. Check out other videos on our channel to learn more about our system. And if you have any further questions, please leave them in the comments below or contact us at info@metricinsights.com.